Hey, hey, hey. My name is Emmy from Emmy Evolving. Welcome to my channel. If this is your first time finding me, thank you for finding me. This is not your first time joining. Thank you for coming back. So right now we're going to be doing a reading for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Also for your cross watchers. There's an intensity about the Leo right now. I had asked the Leo energy, what is this reading going to be about? And it was an intense visual that I was given. I was shown what looked like an actual lion hiding in the tall grass, like golden grass, on the Serengeti. And it was crouched like it was looking at something that it was hunting. But the thing is, I mean, that by itself is not really a big deal. Lions hunt, right? But what really kind of threw me for a loop was that the lion didn't realize it was being hunted. I saw in the distance there was something with a scope. And typically, scopes like what I saw are placed on hunting rifles, not handguns. You typically wouldn't hunt a lion with a handgun, with a sidearm. You would use a high caliber rifle to put down a lion. And I think that's what I saw. Does that mean that someone's going to like literally snipe you? I don't think so. I don't think so. I think it was just a visual to give me clarity on the intensity of these energies. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to go ahead and begin pulling some cards. Let me just shuffle it one more time. I want to make sure whatever this message is comes across with great clarity. Okay. I don't want to have that kind of visual image and then just be like, oh, it's okay. I want you to get as much clarity as possible. And I'm not going to be analyzing the cards until I've pulled all the cards I need. So this is for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Also for your cross watchers. There is no actual time frame that this applies to. I trust you and your soul to get you to this information whenever you need it the most. So this is just for Leo, and you don't even have to be a Leo for this to resonate, okay? I just trust your soul's ability to get you the messages that you need. All right, let's see what's happening. Card number 4, against the grain. That might be it. That might be it. So you're not falling in line with everyone else. I think for many of the Leos, you're kind of going through some sort of awakening. For those who haven't already begun their personal awakening, their ascension process, you're probably starting it at this point. And when you begin to go through this, the people and the circumstances that don't resonate with you, you won't just be quiet and follow along, okay? And especially, you can't force a lion to do anything a lion doesn't want to do. So I think that's what's going on against the grain. And if you look up above are seagulls, and seagulls always have this tendency to want to just consume, you know, that whole mine type of mentality. Whenever I see this card, it reminds me of Finding Nemo, when the seagulls just kept yelling, mine, 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 mine. They want a piece of you. They can't have a piece of you, not without your permission. And I think you're coming to terms with that. I think you're beginning to really understand that, no, I am a king or queen of my auric kingdom, my auric field. And no, you don't get a piece of me or my energy unless I say so. And that's good. You should have that kind of mindset. So card number 17, what is already with you? You've already had all of this magic, amazing, amazing power with you from the start. And it really is just a process of you realizing this, accepting this for yourself. And that's what the ascension process really is. It's about undoing all of these programs that have been installed since childhood. It's about shedding all these layers of distorted perception. Okay. So, card number 9, Rose Garden. There you are. You have to be careful. You already have within your grasp the butterfly. And look. See how that goes together? So you have within your grasp the ability to transcend the circumstance, just really travel forward at a very accelerated rate. But there's a part of you that's still afraid, and you're holding on to being a caterpillar. Mentally or emotionally, whatever it is, there's a part of you that's still afraid to move forward. That's okay, right? No rush. This isn't a race. You go through things, and as you go through events in your life, your understanding, your inner under and overstanding of yourself and your circumstance helps to really ripen and expand your consciousness. So if you're not quite ready yet to become a butterfly, that's okay too. All right. Just know that at some point you're going to have to let go of the caterpillar life and spread your wings, becoming a butterfly. At some point, you're going to have to allow yourself to be free to fly. Okay. Now, card number 51, to the moon and back. I feel like it's almost like someone's been watching you. For some of you, this feels like it could possibly be a twin connection, a soul connection, like a soulmate, twin flame, whatever, but a deeper level of connection than with an average person. For others, this seems like the someone that's watching you might be obsessed. To the moon and back. Let's see. Very interesting. If you look, she has 2 green birds with her. Those green birds represent the different poles within your heart. You know, you have 2 opposing poles within the heart that kind of hold on. There's a lot of energy coming through. Are you? What are you? That's a lie. What do you want with Leo? That's also a lie. What do you want with Leo? That was weird. Something came forward, and it was trying to kind of give off the illusion that it's love and light, and it was trying to give information I know is a lie. I know is a lie. No, I'm not sharing that information because it's a fucking lie. And then I asked what it was, and it was trying to show itself really like beautiful and, angelic. That's a fucking lie too. I don't believe that shit. And then I asked what it wanted with Leo, and to help. No. You've been lying all the way through. You don't want to fucking help. When I removed it from our space, our sacred space that we're sharing right now, and I tracked it back, there was draconian influence. Not sure what this means. There was draconian. Leos, have you been feeling a lot of like weird feelings of like intense self-doubt? Have you been feeling that lately? Because it's almost like this presence has been present for a few weeks at least. I mean, I haven't done readings in quite some time, but it's like it's been present for a few weeks. You have, Deb. This is fuckery. I don't like this at all. I detected draconians. That draconians have been running some sort of program to infiltrate Leo energy. Just trying to make sense of it. Card number 25, release a dark wound, let love live. When this card pops up with that type of circumstance that was just corrected, it kind of tells me that it's like tapping into either previous life wounds or ones in this life where you might have really made a huge misstep, and that's being triggered to cause you to further doubt yourself, to give it further entry. I don't believe in mistakes. I believe that sometimes we make missteps to help us learn the very things that misstep brings to our door. You're going to have to release whatever it is you're feeling about some way in which you fucked up. No such thing as fucking up. Okay? Let that go, because that's being used as an entry. You have to let that go. If this is resonating with you, and it's not going to resonate with everyone because it's a general read, but if it resonates with you and you're thinking specifically of something like an event from the past or some sort of weird dream that you keep having, a recurring dream where you fucked up, you have to let that go, because that's being purposely used to trigger a lowering of your frequency. When you feel elevated amounts of shame, guilt, fear, anger, rage, all the lower frequency emotions, there's a very high likelihood that that's being used to lower your frequency as well, to make you more susceptible to breach, to entry from parasitic things. So kind of just keep that in mind. Card number 27, receiving. Allow yourself to receive the guidance that you need from your higher self, okay? Whatever I'm telling you in this reading, it should only serve as confirmation of whatever you're already getting from your higher self. And now I'm being told, for some, the information that you're getting actually is not from your higher self. Your higher self will help to empower and guide you, not tear you down more. So if you're feeling like your higher self is pointing out all the ways in which you're fucking up, that's not higher self. Nope. That's a lie. That's a lie. Okay. Well, and this is a progression. So card number 4, moon dance. For some of you, you might feel like you're on a tightrope and super unbalanced, that the rope is jiggling and you're about to lose your balance and fall to the left or to the right, and you're trying to get your balance about you. But remember, you have a balloon that can help steady you, okay? You have a direct link to your higher self, and that can help steady you. Now, there's going to be things put in your path. 3 has a tendency to be a number that tells me of a solid foundation. So in this circumstance, with this card, particular card, and now I'm getting ringing in my ear. The feeling that I'm being given is that these 3 might be events or individuals that are placed before you to create a solid foundation from which to rattle you. Okay? Don't let that happen. You absolutely can stop that from happening. And this is not a time for you to begin feeling afraid. This is a time for you to recognize you're a fucking lion. Lions are the king and queen of the jungle. Lions are not afraid. They watch, hidden in the grass. And then they run and pounce when it's time. Lions don't run marathons. They don't have that kind of stamina. So you sit and wait. Don't use up your energy because that's what it wants. Whatever this thing is, it wants you to use up your energy with all this doubting and questioning. Lions don't do marathons. They just don't. And it's not a weakness at all, because you're not meant to run after things. You wait until it comes within your reach, and then you go for it. That's what a lion does. Understand the mechanics of your energy. The Leo energy does not run marathons. This is not about trying to keep up with the gazelles. This is about singling out the one that you're going to take down. This is about waiting for the prime opportunity, hoarding all your energy until you're ready to take something down. And then you don't hesitate. Okay? Remember that. Don't waste your energy on doubting and fear and all of that. It's normal and natural for an individual to feel some kind of fear or doubt, but to allow it to consume your day, that's a waste of a lion's energy. You have to allow the energy to accrue. And once you finally, after you've been watching and observing, once you finally identify the one thing that you're targeting, that's when you bunch it all up and explode it all out. Okay, lions? This shit is not going to continue. And if I have to teach you this warfare tactic, I'm going to teach it to you. Don't waste your energy. Hoard it. Hoard it, and when it's time to use it, fucking use it without hesitation. Foolish of them to put themselves in the path of a lion, a charging lion at that. Lions don't feel shame or guilt. They don't have mercy. When it's time to consume, a lion will consume. And that's what you are. You're a lion. There's a reason you were born with this in your chart. There's nothing immoral or unspiritual about this aspect of you. This is the aspect, this is the characteristic of your soul that's going to help protect you. Don't buy into that spiritual bullshit about it's not spiritual. You have to blah, 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 blah. Shut the fuck up. Just tell it, shut the fuck up. No, you don't tell a lion how to be a lion. A lion knows how to be a lion. A lion doesn't announce their presence. They're hidden in the grass until it's time to consume, and then they consume. And outside of that, they're rolling around doing their thing, napping. You need to embody the essence of that lion energy. Okay? So again, I was saying it's a progression, right? Card number 4, moon dance, and then you got card number 5, bloom. Your power is about to grow exponentially. The things that you're listening to are like the blossoms in her ears. Allow yourself to grow. Pay attention. And look at her, just staring at you. She's just staring. She's not wasting any energy. She's focused. Focused with minimal energetic expenditures. That is how you become a lion that is efficient. So now let's see. Card number 44, visions of life beyond death. So if you look, The old you is dying. This cover over your third eye has died. It's being cleared away. You now have a compass rose right above it. This is your higher self giving you the guidance to direct you where you need to go. And where you need to go is directly into your darkness. Lunar energy is yin energy, which is dark energy, which is feminine. This is about your spiritual rebirth. And look at that, double helix. Wow, double helix. That typically means either you're going to be reconnecting with a twin type energy, where it's going to amplify your energy and accelerate your process, or this is you experiencing a recalibration, a recommitment, a deeper inner and understanding of yourself and your path. The crow represents messages from your higher self. You are the peacock. Peacocks are not ashamed to be flamboyantly who they are. They're not ashamed to show off the beauty of who they are. And look at all these mofos watching, green-eyed with envy. Okay? Be a peacock. And as you embrace your peacockhood, you then can begin the process to transcend into gnosis. The white owl represents the purity of knowing. Know who you are. Know who you are and have no apologies for it. Hey, if mofos didn't want to get consumed by a lion, they shouldn't put themselves in the lion's path. Tell me I'm wrong. Only someone who is idiotic would blame a lion for attacking when you've put yourself in the lion's environment. It's now 12:12. This is you beginning your spiritual journey, okay? Card number 9, what do you feel? I mean, most of us have more than just lion energy within our chart. What do you feel? What are you going to embrace? And as you're trying to sort through that, you're going to be distracted with the very things that are necessary for survival. Notice how she's staring at the earth. Probably financial stability or work or a relationship or something. You're going to be distracted from this process. That's the whole point, to distract you. Are you going to allow it though? When a lion is hunting, does it allow itself to be distracted by the other running animals? Because let's face it, when a lion is hunting, I'm sure y'all can Google this, or y'all have probably seen already some kind of documentary observing lions hunting. They focus on one target and don't allow themselves to be distracted by anything else. They go for the one that they are tracking. Now, card number 27, the gardener. What are you going to allow to populate your mind's garden? What are you going to nurture? What are you going to cultivate? These are things you have to answer for yourself. I'm not to give you the answers. Card number 38, lullaby. It would be very foolish of you to try and pull your hat over your eyes, to blind yourself because you don't want to deal with any of the events coming your way. I don't know what the events are, but these are events that are going to grow you in some way. And you want to play a lullaby, you want to go back to sleep, I'm sorry, you're not going to go back to sleep. It's just not going to happen. Okay? If this is like really weirding you out because it's resonating to some degree and you're getting all these goosebumps and you don't understand what this means and it scares you and you want to try and pretend like you can unsee what's already been seen, I'm sorry, it's not going to happen. And this is not something I'm doing. I'm just letting you know that resistance is futile. It's just that. Resistance is futile. The only one you're resisting is your higher self. I can't take on your higher self. I'm in human form. You can't do that. You just can't. You can't trump a higher self. As a human being, you can't undo the plans of a higher self, of a soul. It's not allowed. It's just not allowed. Card number 6, shock of the new. Something within you is going to shift. That energy coming up from your high heart is going to give you the courage to roar in ways you've never roared. You're going to be shifting the music that comes from your heart space. You're going to have your eyes wide open. Be ready for it. Be ready for it. This is a call, card number 34, in the world, not of the world. This is a call for you to free fall back into your greatness. Just lean back into it. You can do it. Put your back into it. You know that song? No, I don't think you know that song. You can do it. Put your back into it. But there you are, free falling back into your greatness. All of that wisdom that was once confined within your personal power that, some Leos are known for trying to put on display who they are. And in reality, they're not really showing you who they are. They're putting on a show. It's not really who they are. I think your higher selves are letting you know there's no longer need for a show. Just show yourself. Be who you are. You are in this world, not of the world. And it's time people begin witnessing this. So let all the other BS just flow right past you. Stand naked in your truth and free fall back into your greatness. Okay, Leo? Interesting. Card number 38, White Rose of Hope. I think you're ready to finally face your light. I get this message of some Leo energies, they like to stand in the spotlight because it's a false light. It's not the light of your truth. It's a false light. And sometimes when you stand in the spotlight, it kind of blinds you from all the other things that need to be seen. I don't know if you've ever stood on a stage and had a spotlight on you. You don't really see anything else. And sometimes that's rooted in fear. A very silent, very hidden fear. Fear of actually seeing what's going on. Fear of seeing the parts of you that you're not ready or willing yet to acknowledge. But now it looks like from what your soul is showing, the darkness is behind you and you're ready. You're ready to see the purity of yourself. Okay? No one can force you into this. This is something you have to decide for yourself. Card number 48, Butterfly Garden. You need to begin allowing yourself to really transcend whatever it is you think is your limit. Rise above it. You have wings. You're going through a metamorphosis. You're almost to that butterfly phase. And it's okay. It's okay for you to be somewhat hesitant or scared because you think you can't fly. Stop trying to think. Start trying to do. Just do it. Just fly. See? Yeah. Card number 29, seeing the true you. Notice how that teacup is so far away. There's no tea to spill. Live in the light of your truth. Actually allow yourself to see yourself for who and what you are. Lay naked. Just be naked in your truth. Look at this. Naked. When you've let all that water run past and now the waters are still. Because this is what it's about. This is about all this chaos that's being used to distract and confuse and all of that. Let all that go. Allow the waters to become still again so you can finally see your reflection. So you can see whatever it is that you need to see. And when you do, you'll begin seeing the true you. So you might find some dark stuff in there. When you look at yourself and you really allow yourself to see who you are, what you are for the first time, it's scary because there's a lot of shadow parts that most of us don't want to deal with. Most of us don't know how to deal with. Well, then focus on the light. Don't avoid or ignore the darkness. Instead, choose to focus on light. Choose to see the things that you're ready to process. That doesn't mean it negates the existence of the things that you're not ready to process. This is about having a conversation with your higher self and letting your higher self know, I'm not ignoring or avoiding those parts of me. Those are parts of me, but right now I don't have enough experience or expanded consciousness to process that. So for now, I'm going to begin processing what I can. And as my experience expands my consciousness further, I'll begin to be able to process those other things that are much more dense, that are much more challenging to process. You have to begin really having an open conversation with your higher self, because it will allow you to move forward in such a way where it's not forced and it's not as painful, and the struggle is definitely decreased. Okay. Card number 45, new directions. Look at that. Look at that. You have to redirect. This is what I was just talking about. Redirecting is not about ignoring. It's about acknowledging, okay, that is a part of me, but right now I have to focus on this. And that's really a huge show of your reclamation of your sovereignty. Because really, what do sovereigns do? They decide for themselves what they're going to process and the order in which they process it, right? They can't be told what to do. They can be reasoned with. Then your soul can absolutely reason with you, like, I know it's uncomfortable for you to process some of this darkness, but right now, the light can wait. You have to process this little bit of darkness so you can understand with better clarity the gravity of your light. And sometimes that's just how it is. Okay. But have a conversation with your higher self so that you understand and begin to really embrace and know you get a say in your journey. You can't trump the higher self. You can't trump the soul, but the soul in all its knowing and capacity to love will take your limited abilities into consideration. If you're not yet ready, if you express that you are not yet ready to process this one aspect, the soul will back off a little bit. All right, we need a little bit more time. We'll give you this to process so that it can prepare you to process this other thing that you're not ready to. But unless you're having conversations with your higher self, you don't have to do it out loud. This is something that you can ask your higher self to do in dreams. This is something you can do during meditation. This is something you can do while you're working out. Whatever it is, you have to begin having this symposium with your higher self. You're not just going to dictate, because if you're just going to dictate, the higher self, I guarantee you, will put your ass in your place. I guarantee it. And I say this because this is what happens to me all the time. I won't tell other people what to do, but man, I'd be fighting with my higher self. Like, bitch, I know you didn't just try and fight. And then she's like, little girl, let me put you in your place. And I'm like, I'm sorry. Look at this. Card number 22, like a bird. It's time for you to start singing about your truths. Singing like a bird, not caring who's listening, just allowing the truths to escape from your throat. And as you do this, you'll graduate from a singing bird to an angelic presence, because that's where you really are coming from. That's what you come from. Angelic lineage. Every single human being comes from angelic lineage. For those who thought they were like above everyone else because they're like, oh, I'm angelic. We all are. It was Melchizedek seeding that was spliced with a terrestrial species. We all come from angelic lineage. Some have more angelic coding than others, but we all come from angelic lineage. It's just a fact. And I'm sure there will be people who will try and prove me wrong. Go ahead. I don't need to be right. This is what I know. And that's okay if you don't agree. But this knowing helps me to always remember I'm not above anyone else. I'm here to help and grow myself. So it's okay. It's definitely okay. Let's get you guys a final card from your higher selves. Let's see what this is about, because lions are not about being hunted. Let's see what happens. One more shuffle. Ooh. Yep. Card number 9. The impossible made possible. Love brings the sea into boiling and turns the mountain into a pebble. Love creates infinite openings in the dark sky and shudders the earth with its magnitude. She spins, this great earth goddess, upon invisible strings amongst a wildly pulsating ballet of life. Stars are born, live, and die all around her. Life moves in constant flux, and still she spins in her great, loving, constant dance. How can this be? All of creation is born from nothing. Out of endless silence and darkness, light emerges. What strange magic is this? The sun heats the solar system and burns with the power to destroy life, yet it is a force by which life is sustained. Surely this makes no sense and cannot be. We dance in the realm of the impossible made possible constantly, you and I. We are so engrossed in it, so familiar with it, and yet blind to it, that these constant possibilities happening in every moment fail to inspire us. Yet what are your biggest, boldest, most extraordinarily impossible dreams compared to this great impossibility of life itself? They are but tiny seeds in the Creator's masterful hand, being now planted in the heavenly garden. Yes, they are being planted right now, for the moon tells us the time is right. Most tenderly shall they be watched over, nurtured into fullness according to the season. Yes, that growth is assured. The impossible is now made possible. We only limit what we believe to be possible by our lack of imagination. The divine has recourse to all that is and all that is yet to be. Is there any limit to the resources of the heavens? No. So then why has not every impossible dream now been rendered possible, indeed manifest in shining glory upon the earth? The human heart knows everything in vision can manifest according to divine timing and grace. Yet the mind does quake with fear, so much so that it will not listen to the heart at times. That fear is a childlike nightmare, that should you offer yourself up to the sacred loving power of the great Creator, you might be found to be lacking. The mind holds itself captive with dark fantasies of that profound rejection, and then avoids confronting it directly at all costs. It creates barriers instead, truly nothing more than lines in the sand, yet believed to be forts. You are now being guided by this loving power to drop the doubt, shed the incredulity. I can't say the word. And open up the mind. Allow your imagination to be inspired as though you're a child in a great garden, hearing the breath of the earth and the wind, whipped leaves, and the voices of the ancestors in the bird song. Speaking of ancestors, I was being reminded at the very start of reading that passage that I was talking about how humanity was seeded from the Melchizedek seed. Melchizedek's seed is a tribe of Michael. Y'all are the tribe of Michael. I don't know if you realize that. The star that represents Archangel Michael is Regulus 23, which is the heart of the lion, which is the largest star in the Leo constellation. Y'all are a special bunch. I hope you know that. You guys are a very special bunch, and this is probably why there's something, a presence of some kind that's attempting to deceive you into believing you're far less than what you actually are. You are far more than you realize. Far more than you realize. And it's time you begin shedding these distorted perceptions. No one else can do this for you. You have to do this for yourself. So choose to do it. And once you choose to do it, no one can stop you from it. Okay. So I hope this resonates and empowers you. Please do give the video a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, please do subscribe, turn on that notification bell, and join me every single time I'm live. So I will see you guys again very, very soon. Toodles!